Mic check, mic check. February 2nd, 2024. We're back here today. Yes, sir. This is Honest Conversations with Sean, episode 7. We're almost to the end, and it is getting so hot in Thailand. I can feel my sweat dripping down my armpits right now. But that's not why we're here today. Today, we're gonna talk about why gear doesn't matter and why you shouldn't care about gear. Well, to an extent. Anyway, let's start the timer like we always do. Get straight into it. Voila. Boom. Let's go. So why you shouldn't care about gear? I think I've come to a point in my career where I really feel like it's not about the gear or what you shoot it on or how clean the footage is or how nice the colors are. It's more so about the story, the ideas that kind of push this content or this piece of art, right? I want to talk about this idea of not caring about gear in two parts. The first part is the consumption of media, and the second part is the ease of use, right? Let's tackle this. We got 10 minutes, let's get straight into it. So consumption of media. Let me ask you, how do you consume media these days, whether photo or video? How do you do it? Well, if you're 90% of the majority of people on this earth who has a phone, who has a computer, I would say you're probably viewing it on something of this size or either this size, right? That's all we're accustomed to. Unless you're going to movie theaters like every day of the week, then okay, I understand, like that's the bigger screen, right? But if you're only consuming content on such a small piece of digital platform, I honestly don't think that gear doesn't matter. And dude, I know there are people are gonna shit on me for this video, like, yo, you don't understand, but I'll be honest, man, like I cannot tell the difference between a footage that is shot on an iPhone and a footage that is shot on like a Red Komodo Dragon, whatever camera, right? I'm not the most technical guy, I'll put it out there. I just see what I see on the surface, and I think that's what everyone sees as well. Right? Obviously, the most enthusiastic filmmakers, they will understand, oh yeah, there's a huge difference, which I totally appreciate. I'm one of them as well. But I've slowly begun to understand that, okay, maybe I have to consider the audience as well. Maybe I have to understand that, hey, if it's gonna take so much more effort, so much more time, energy, money to create something that at the end of the day, some people can't even tell, isn't it better I spend that bundle of energy, bundle of effort on developing and improving the aspect of the work somewhere else, right? So I can give an example. I've been in a lot of sets, and I see a lot of the equipment that the directors use, the DPs use, and it's like top of the notch gear, RE, Alexa, and all that, like very expensive film gear. And I can just see that it takes a lot of people, a lot of time and knowledge and effort to really work that machine, because it's a huge machine. And I totally appreciate like all the hard work that goes into that, right? So it looks nice, it looks really professional in the moment. But then when it comes to kind of the end result of the music video, of the commercial, honestly, I couldn't tell whether it was shot on like a small mirrorless or like a huge camera. Like, dude, it looks almost identical. I cannot tell. Like if you told me it was shot on a mirrorless like camera, like a Sony mirrorless camera, I would say, oh yeah, that looks amazing, right? So I think it does come to a point where technology is so advanced these days that it can be packaged into these small devices that are capable of shooting stuff like those huge ones, those like 10 times more expensive ones. And at the end of the day, I think everyone on this earth appreciates art. I know we all appreciate art, but we also appreciate our time, money, energy, and effort, right? So yeah, that leads into my second point, which is ease of use. I won't talk about it yet. I think I want to mention that back then, I was shooting with a Canon 80D, vlogging DSLR camera of Canon. Really easy to use, really, I would say, on the cheaper end of the spectrum. And since then, I've upgraded to a Canon R5, which is definitely on the top of the line of the photography aspect. More expensive, a bit more heavier as well, I would say, and I mean, honestly, I feel like it's kind of the same. Like the things that I create, even I know I'm only posting online, so it does feel like this additional huge increase in price and also like burden of using this camera. I don't know if it pays off in the photos, right? That's why I've been considering to sell my gear. Definitely not anytime soon, but it's in my mind that I really want to reduce. I really want to reduce to like just a simple setup. Because honestly, back then when I was shooting with the 80D and I was creating these amazing photos and whatnot, people look at it and like, oh my God, what was this shot on? Like what camera do you have? And when I tell them I'm using the Canon 80D with the kit lens, they're like, whoa, like, it's like shocking for them. It's like impressive that you can create something beautiful out of something so simple, right? But once you get like a higher end, bigger setup, I think people kind of lose the magic in it. Like, you create something beautiful and magical and like, oh, what camera do you use? Oh, you use the most expensive one. Okay, yeah, obviously it's gonna get nice photos. But honestly, I hate when people say that. It's not about the gear. It's about the person who's creating it, you know? Obviously, my talent, my craft has developed over time. And definitely, I think it attributes to the end product. But a lot of the times, people just think it's the gear. I'll get better gear. Of course, his photos look better, right? To an extent, yes, that is true. But yeah, I don't think so anymore. I think I would rather stick to something smaller setup, easier to use, and creates almost as similar end result as we can see on these screens, right? So yeah, which leads me into the second point of this 10-minute conversation, which is ease of use. Literally, I feel it's a burden for me to carry this camera around. I don't want to say it to my camera right now. I feel like it feels being attacked, but I'm not attacking my camera. What I'm saying is that, I don't know, for me, the process of photographing people, working with people who are my subjects, I really just want to take away all the technical stuff, all the, nitty gritty of like, let me get my settings right, whatnot. I guess that's kind of why I don't like studio shoots, because you just have to set a lot of stuff up and just takes away from the fun of everything, right? For me, what I really want to enjoy in this photo shoot experience is, let's meet up, let's hang out. We're just chilling, we're friends, right? We're walking in the park. If I see something cool, I'll take a quick snap of you. I really want it to be super simple and easy, right? So if, that the whole point is to kind of connect with the people and not having to fidget with all these huge things. And it's like also really big to carry around. And it's not like I can just chuck it in my bag because it's an expensive gear. So I have to have my Pelican case as well, and I gotta carry it, I gotta lock it. Like it's a lot of stuff. When in reality, one strap around the neck, one Leica Q2 right here, like super easy, That's the dream setup. I think eventually I'm gonna get there, but I'm just trying to tell you guys that there comes a cost, or there is a sacrifice when you have a bigger setup. Because it's just heavier to lug around, and of course you will look professional on set, and then the people you work with are like, oh, this is worth what I'm paying for. This is why we hired him. Because people are weird that way. People think that whatever, people are very surface level in the sense that what they see makes them feel better for what they pay for. If this super talented iPhone photographer is getting paid, 5,000 baht, sorry, let me take it back. If this photographer is getting paid 50,000 baht and he shows up on an iPhone, however good he is, you're gonna be like, what the hell are you doing? Where is your camera? You know what I mean? So I think that's a part of the reason where people feel the inclined to get a bigger setup, get a more professional looking appearance to these people. But I've come to a point where I've taken a step back and really felt that, okay, whatever it is that I need to create the photo that I want, because for me, the quality of the image, I don't give a shit. Not that I don't give a shit, but okay, I give a shit to an extent, but not to the point where every grain, every pixel has to be perfect, right? Or per se, the colors of the image to have to be perfect. Like I don't need that much dynamic range. I don't need that much color data in my photos. I just want to make sure I capture, for me, is the emotions of the people. And I really think that a smaller setup can really give me that connection, can really help bring me more of that energy from those people, right? And not put this screen in between them. For me, what defines a successful photo is really the emotions that you can see from the image, the emotions that you can empathize, sympathize with from the image, and not the quality of the image in the sense that, pixel dimensions, aspect ratios, like whatever it is, right? So yeah, I think for me, ease of use leads to better photos in that sense. And I think these, cameras getting more, I think these cameras getting more advanced is awesome, and becoming smaller and smaller is the way to go, because it just makes things fun, make things easier to use, more effortless, more about enjoying the moment. And I think that's what people are leaning towards these days. We just want to be in a moment, live our life, and have something nice to capture it with. Yeah. So that's my little rant. Maybe I won't be having this camera anytime soon. I don't know. I've invested a lot into this camera, but I would love a small setup just to try it out. Maybe like an X100V. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, thank you for listening to me. Let me know what you think. Do you feel like you want to cut back on your gear, or are you on the process of building your gear setup up, right? So let me know what you think. I definitely think it's an interesting topic, one that is highly debatable, but this is my stance on it right now. So thank you guys for episode 7. Appreciate you guys for tuning in every week, every day. Let's catch you on episode 8. Let's go.